Welcome to the Colombian Code, El Código Colombiano. In this episode, we're going to discuss experts, gurus, con artists, fakes, frauds, and phonies. Basically, most people who speak on public social media. See, a lot of people talk about Colombia, and ironically, most of the people I hear talking the most and the loudest about Colombia don't even live here. I'd say 90% of the people you encounter on social media speaking and giving advice on Colombia are fake, fraud, phony, expert, guru, con artists. I know this because I've listened to a lot of them talk enough to know that they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I think it's important for the code disciples to know and understand who you should be listening to and who you should be wary of taking advice from. As a general rule, if the person speaking on Colombia was not here pre-pandemic, meaning prior to 2020, I generally, automatically discount or take anything they have to say with a grain of salt. Now, that may sound harsh, but I say that because most of these people are simply living in a fantasy bubble and lack perspective. I like to give the example of the 20-year-old life coach, because at 20 years old, most people haven't lived enough life yet to be able to coach anybody on anything. Now, that's not to say that someone who's lived here for a year or two or less can't have an opinion and speak to their own personal experience in Colombia as it pertains to them. But when you see people who weren't here pre-pandemic speaking on Colombia, giving or selling advice or services, be very wary and take whatever they say with a grain of salt. Believe me, when you've been living and doing business here for well over a decade, as I have, you see right through all the bullshit. I've been here too long, and I know all the game. And I know a con artist when I see one, and social media is full of them. So how do you know who to trust in a world full of fakes, frauds, and phonies? Well, one thing you can do is check people's tenure, experience, and portfolio, or TEP. Tenure refers to the amount of time in someone has on the ground here. Someone who's only been here for 6 months to a year has a lot less tenure than someone who's been living and doing business here for 10 to 15 plus years. That matters. Experience. What experience do they have in the field that they're giving or selling advice on? For example, if they're giving real estate advice, how long have they been in real estate here? How many properties have they bought and or sold? How many people do they employ? Portfolio. Check out their portfolio and body of work. Is it high quality? Do they have any client reviews? All of these can help determine someone's credibility. But you still have to be careful because there are some professional level con artists that can fake high levels of TEP. But it's all a con. You should always question and check people. Just because someone dresses up and speaks on legal cases doesn't make them an attorney or even an expert on the law. We saw that here recently with a female prosecutor who worked in Fiscalia for 13 years, even achieving director status with fraudulent credentials. So I say all that to say this: do your due diligence. Don't just take something as fact or truth because someone said it on public social media. If someone's TEP values are low or off, that should throw up a red flag. Don't fall victim to being conned by false idols and fake gurus, because it really is a jungle out here. And trust me, you don't want to get eaten by the wolves. The code disciples know better. So subscribe and follow the code. Till the next episode. Salute.